So this is the gold chart on the daily time frame, and we're going to break it down. So if you look at it here, you realize that this is our all-time highs, which will act as a potential resistance in case price comes back to this area. However, before that, we had price from up here, comes down to form this new lower low. Okay, so this becomes our potential support in case price comes into this. However, if you study it from here, the difference between this new high and then this low, which was created, was actually here. Okay, so if you mark this difference here, you realize that this is the reason why price is actually ranging now. And if you don't know the concept of price difference, you can just come to YouTube. I have broken it down here, thrown trades, price difference explained. So we know from price differences, that's where we either have a support or a resistance. For this case, we have a potential resistance. And that's why you see whenever price reached into this area, we had a pullback to give us a new low, a low here. Okay, which also corresponded with price difference here. But I'm focusing on this. So with this being said, we can just focus this now. We know that price is actually at a resistance, but we know resistance comes from price differences. So this is the reason why market has failed to come to an all-time highs for long. So the next question is, how long is this going to hold? Will price range here for how long? So we need to study price here. We already established this as our potential resistance, and market is indeed reacting from that. We need to study the next move for gold. And if you look at this candle, also this is a price difference candle because there's a difference between this low and then this new high. The difference was actually here. Okay, so this becomes our price difference. Remember, if the price difference is down, it becomes a potential support. If it is up, it becomes a potential resistance. So we clearly know now where gold is ranging from this area. So the best way for us to be able to look for trades is to wait until gold gets out of this range. And now it can get out of this range by breaking up to continue to an all-time high where we'll look for further price to drop, or it could actually break below and then come back down to these other lows. So this is what we want to expect. Now, for us to get more information, we can switch to a lower time frame. In that case, I'm going to come to the 4-hourly, and I try to study price furthermore. We've already established this is a price difference area, and this is why the market is actually reacting from that. Although people had said that the market was going to go to an all-time highs, you can clearly tell here, market has failed to do so. Now, the reason why I'm interested in this is because of this. If you look at this candle here, we have a strong rejection from this area, creating for us the high and then this potential low. So we have another price difference area here. Now, with this being said, you can clearly tell now, if price pulls back into this and doesn't break it to go upward to finally break this one here, we could have a potential market pulling down to this. So when I switch to 1-hour time frame, you can clearly tell we have a support here. This is the best place to actually trade, is to wait if the market can come, break this, and then head back down, or to break this and go. However, we have this area here, so that means we can first see what will happen around here. So if market pulls back into this region, the next thing we want to study is how price is going to play out here. If we study now a pattern that can break below into this, then we can take a sell that will bring us into this, and then we wait for further break into this. So this is what we just have to observe this week, how gold is going to behave around this key level and also around this. So what do I mean by around those key levels? When price reaches these key levels, in whatever time frame you want to see, you begin to look for change of structure, whether the market is going to start giving you a pattern like a head and shoulder, an inverted head and shoulder, an engulfing candle, and all of that, or your SMC. You can just wait for them around this area on a lower time frame. Once you see them, then there will be a clear indication of where price is going to go next. So these are the areas we want to look out for while watching out for gold trading opportunities this week. So let's see how this plays out. And then the rest of the video, I will be able to post them into our Telegram group, Thrown Trades, and then see whether we can have an entry.